It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest, 1881 to 1959. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quiddit, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Okay, this is a poem by Edgar Albert Guest. Let's see. Guest was born in Birmingham in the UK, but when he was 10 years old, his family went to America, and they went to Detroit. And after a couple of years, when he was 13, Guest left school and he joined the local Detroit paper, the Detroit Free Press, and he worked for them for the next 60 years. He started writing poetry, and he's famous for his motivational poems. He wrote a huge number of motivational poems, and these were published in the Detroit Free Press and syndicated to many other newspapers. So it couldn't be done. So somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. And this is the idea really of the whole poem, is don't say no, don't say you can't do something until you've tried to do it, until you've done your best. You don't know whether something can be done or not until you've tried it. And what he's saying is try and do things, because if you try them, normally you're going to be successful. Maybe not always, but that doesn't matter. What's important is you try to do it. Don't give up before you start. Get down to it. Try to do it. So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. So he buckled in, he buckled down to it, he got down to it, he started to do this job seriously, with a little bit of a grin, of a smile on his face. And if he was worried about it, he didn't let anybody know, he didn't show it. And he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. And then he started singing while he was working, while he was trying to do this, and then he was successful. So this is the idea. Try to do things, try them, because you will probably be successful. Don't start with the attitude, I can't do this is impossible. Start with the attitude, let's see if I can do it. I'm sure I can do it. Let me try. And I'll say I can't do it when I've failed, when I've been unable to do it. Somebody scoffed, "Pah, pah. You'll never do that. At least no one has ever done it." So somebody's making this disparaging comment. You'll never do that. You'll never be able to do that. Nobody has done that. But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. So he takes off his coat and hat, and he gets down to it, he buckles down to it, he starts working at it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, so he lifts up his head and with a bit of a smile, without any doubting or quiddit. So quiddit is without any complaints, without any quibbles, without any small complaints, without any doubt or complaint. He started to sing as he tackled the thing, as he tried to do the thing. So he starts singing as he's trying to do it, that couldn't be done. And he did it, and he was successful. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. So there are lots of people who tell you you can't do this. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands of people who will predict failure. And there are lots of people there. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. So there are thousands of people who point out, who say, look, these are the dangers, this is what's going to happen to you, you're not going to be able to do it because these are the problems that will assail, that will attack you, the dangers that will attack you, the dangers of failure. So people are very happy to point out, you can't do this because. But just buckle in, so just get down to it, begin to do it, try to do it with a bit of a grin, with a bit of a smile. Just take off your coat and go to it. So take off your coat and begin the job. Go to it, try to do it. Just start to sing as you tackle the thing. So with happiness in your heart, try to tackle this problem that everyone says that's impossible. And if you do, you'll probably be successful. So don't say you can't do it until you really know you can't do it because you've tried. So, It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest.